With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. The International Virtual Racing League's Pinkett Ford Cup Series heads to Bristol Motor Speedway, but that's right, it's Bristol Dirt, baby, tonight. Coming at you live right here in the Dirt Clash 125 on the Turn 3 Racing Network. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you all the calls from trackside. There you can see a little bit of the track information. Track temperature somewhere around that 73 degrees. You're not going to have to worry really about the temperature affecting the track. More so the rubber that these drivers lay down. They're going to slick this track over through these heat races that we're going to jump right on into. No qualifying. Heat racing will set the field for tonight's race. So as drivers hit the track for the first time, we've got 10 drivers out there in this first qualifying group. Nick Goebel, Tommy Schaefer, Jason Harrison, John Freeman, Jaden Darling, Tyler Gentry, Quentin Stewart, Nicholas Pressey, and Ryan Farrell all out on the front stretch. We'll get a little bit closer to the action, and the music will slowly begin to fade away. Let's see if we've got a better camera shot. There you can see most of the drivers on pit road, and we're going to jump right on in. We're going to fire things off very early here tonight. Heat race number 1 scheduled to roll off here just briefly. Drivers all ready. With an hour practice earlier tonight, running in the track, it slicked over rather quickly. A little bit of a break. Track prepped up, ready to go here for our qualifying heat races tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway. It's going to be a barn burner. Drivers not knowing what to expect. We'll give you your heat race number 1 starting lineup. There you can see everybody in this field lined up double file, ready to go racing. Keep your eye on that 44 of Jason Ayerson back there inside row number 2. Looks like Jason actually listed in the 44 machine, but showing up in the 75 here tonight. That's actually Jaden Darling. Very interesting for the starting lineup. So we'll go ahead and take that away. Nick Goebel, Tommy Schaefer out there, 1 and 2, row number 1, getting ready to bring this field to the green flag this next time around. John Freeman, Jaden Darling back in row 2. Row number 3 here in heat number 1, Tyler Gentry and Quentin Stewart, Ryan Farrell, and Nicholas Pressey back in row 4. Nathan Line gonna bring the tail end of the field up. Jason Ayerson not gridding, not making it to heat race number 1. Look for him in heat race number 2. And here we go. Green flag flies here in heat race number 1. 15 laps here to set the front of this field. And Goebel out to a good start very early. Looks like he's got the field in tow. The 42 of John Freeman now looking to the inside. Pass slide job going on here. We'll go back above the track. We're going to have a lot of different camera shots for you here tonight. And one driver into the outside wall already. We stay green flag racing. Looks like the 71 was into the outside wall. Pressey, Farrell going at it. A little bit loose as Pressey getting off of the corner exit and down that back stretch. Here comes the 70 machine of Quentin Stewart. Stewart looking to make his way to the front of this field, front of the running order here in heat race number 1. Oh, we've got one driver into the outside wall. Another one pounds the outside wall. And that's going to be a common thing, I do believe, for a majority of drivers here tonight. I believe we're going to see a lot of drivers up and into the outside wall, trying to rub that right rear, right around the high side, rip the lip here tonight. That the high side has been the fast side here earlier in practice, and in 75, big time trouble for Jaden Darling, all up against that outside wall. The right side of his machine a little bit lighter than what it was. I tell you what, we're going to jump around once again here. Try to jump back up towards the front of this field, back to your race leader, Nick Goebel in the 24 Chevy Z01 Camaro, stepping away from this field, 0.8 of a second lead as we make our way around the track. Jason Ayerson electing not to come out here in heat race number 1. And oh, the 42 into the outside wall. That's going to open up the door on the inside for Ryan Farrell's 43 machine to take that second spot away. John Freeman now back in third. Jaden Darling still running in fourth. Man all alone right now. 3.5 seconds up in front of him to John Freeman in that podium spot. Nicholas Pressey still battling hard with Quentin Stewart. We'll go back to this side by side, almost 3 wide battle as the 7 of Tyler Gentry comes flying in. And it's going to be action-packed battles all night long, just like this, race fans. Don't take a breath. You better go get your drinks. You better have your popcorn, because there's going to be non-stop racing action here tonight for race number 9 here in the IVRL Pinkett Ford Cup Series. battles for that second position. And Ryan Farrell has a little bit of connection issues, electrical problems, and he's going to blink out for a second. He comes back, keeps that second position. Let's jump back to the battle. 2-3 wide back here, battling for the 5th, 6th, and 7th position on the speedway. Down at the bottom of the racetrack, Nicholas Presley leading Tyler Gentry. No contact. Door slam. 7 Cub Cadet machine into the outside wall. His right front definitely going to feel that one. He's going to drive it big, deep down into the corner. Ooh, both drivers super loose on the gas, nailing it. Trying to give it all she's got up at the high side. Goes Gentry. He's going to try to run him back down. Drivers beginning to look for some catfish down there on the bottom of the racetrack. Hunting to find a little bit of grip. So far, though, track looks nice and clean at the bottom. We'll jump up above the track. A little bit of different bend. Whoa, 70 with some troubles. Quentin Stewart has an issue. Meanwhile, not much happening at the front of this field. Nick Goebel continuing to lead in his 24 Chevy ZL1 Camaro. He's got himself a 1-second lead over the 43 of Ryan Farrell. John Freeman now running back in third. Jaden Darlin and Nicholas Presley still going at it 4th and 5th on the racetrack. Tyler Gentry, Quentin Stewart lined up 6th and 7th. Tommy Schaefer back in 8th place, and it looks like Nathan Line already losing 1 lap. That was the 71 who had multiple incidents with that outside wall. What happened to Goebel? Oh boy, Nick Goebel with some trouble, and here comes Ryan Farrell. They touch contact. Both of them into the outside wall. We've got both into the outside wall again. Oh, and here comes that 42, John Freeman. Where did he come from? Looking to the inside. Oh, and he's going to get super loose off the corner exit, and that's going to allow Ryan Farrell to step off into the sunset. We almost had ourselves a repeat of Easter Sunday here. The NASCAR big boys battling it out, throwing bows out on the track. And we've seen bows flying out there as well. Ryan Farrell walks away with the race win, or the heat win, here in heat race number 1. Look for that 43 at the top of your running order when we get set to drop the green flag for tonight's Dirt Clash 125 right here from Bristol Motor Speedway. It's Bristol Dirt, baby. And the field will reset. Drivers will regrid. And we will get set to go green flag racing here very shortly. Looks like most of the field already beginning to make their way down to pit road. So we'll take a look from high above the speedway up here from the TV tower. Your starting lineup for heat race number 2 looks a little something like this. Starting inside row number 1 in his fueled up Motorsports 74 machine, Wesley Jeanette. 49 of Billy Holcomb right there to his outside. The Carolina driver will try to step away from second and into that top spot. Will the 49 have a good start? Inside row number 2 here for heat race number 2, the 86 of Patrick Gaspar, followed by the 198 of Joey McKinney. Chad Hitchcock, Matthew Montgomery right there in row 3. Row number 4 here for heat race number 2. Setting the field for tonight's Dirt Clash 125, the 12 of Randy Henshaw and the 26 of Matthew Baker. 76 of Charles Urich will line up inside row number 5, and rounding out your top 10 here in heat race number 2, the 48 of Maxwell Castro. That's going to do it for your starting lineup here in heat race number 2. We're going to have ourselves one more heat race to finish out the running order for tonight's field. And then drivers will get set to run around the track 125 laps in tonight's official scheduled distance. We'll see the stage break at lap number 35 and the stage 2 break at lap number 65, setting ourselves up for a long run to the end here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway. Under the lights, kicking up dust and dirt. It's time to go back dirt track racing once again, back to the roots of NASCAR. 20,000 dump truck loads of dirt later, and here we are, here we sit, giving the fans in the stands what they came to see. And this is what we came to see. Drivers double file, pace car down and away. We will fire things off once again, and away we go. Green flag flies, field stacks up. Outside lane does not go. The 86 of Patrick Gaspar wasting no time. He's going to go straight to the front of this field. Gaspar takes the race lead off of turn 2. Big stack up on that initial start of the race. We'll back up a little bit, take a look at the 26 and the 12 going at it side by side, third and fourth on the racetrack. Everybody coming in clear. Still the 198 on pit road still here tonight. 22 of Chad Hitchcock struggling just a little bit off pace back in the back. There you see that 22 Ford Mustang well behind this field. Wesley Jeanette, your pole sitter for heat race number 2. Falling now back into that third position as Matthew Baker lays down the fast lap of the heat. And he's going to go into second, hounding your race leader not too far off. Gaspar not able to step away just yet. We'll drop down that timing and scoring over there to the left-hand side of your screen. Let you follow along just like we do right here. And another fast lap turned in by Baker. And he's going to look to the bottom of the racetrack in 1 and 2. And a great look off the front end of Baker's 26 Chevy Z01 Camaro as he slide jobs right across the track and into that top spot. Another fast lap here tonight for Matthew Baker. He's going to break down into a 1968 for the fast time here in heat race number 2. That 26 absolutely lights out. He was one of the fast drivers in happy hour as the track began to slick up. And you can see already track beginning to change right before our eyes as these drivers continue to rip some ruts and run at the top of the speedway. You can see just how much the track has widened out right here as we begin to see some of that familiar black rubber go down. Track's going to transition from fast tacky to dry slick, and we're going to test the skills of these next gen cup car drivers for the time being. Nobody's got anything for this man at the front of the field. Matthew Baker walking away with a 2-second advantage with 8 laps to go here in heat race number 2. Let's jump back here. Whoa, side by side battle back there. Billy Holcomb goes around, the 49's around, and we've got a caution on the speedway. Caution flag will fly here at Bristol Motor Speedway. 49's going to have to get that corrected. Let's go back. Let's see what happened. Let's see what brought out our first caution here tonight from Bristol. There you see Holcomb way up out of the groove. And the 76, they just come together on corner exit there. Looks like he was trying to push the cushion up just a little bit there in 3 and 4. Coming off of the corner exit, the 76 and the 49 just come together. Unfortunately for Billy Holcomb, he's going to bear the brunt of that contact, and he's going to start tail end of the field for this latest restart. And we'll jump back up front with your race leader at the front of this field. Well, obviously, if he's your race leader, he is at the front of the field. Caution laps are counting here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway. So when we see that HMG Innovations caution flag fly, we will bring the field behind the Chevy Silverado pace truck and whoa it down just a little bit. Let drivers get their breaths. And unlike the NASCAR boys, we're going to step it up a notch. We got live green flag pit stops here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway. If we get those long green flag runs in, look for these drivers to have to tackle the task of coming to pit road here with the track covered in dirt and transitioning to concrete on the pit lane. It's going to be a little bit tricky for these drivers. We'll have to wait for tonight's main event to see how drivers are able to navigate their way through that tricky, tough little task. Field should receive the one to go this time around. Pace car lights will be going out, and we will get fired back off here from Bristol Motor Speedway. We'll have ourselves just about a short 3-lap shootout to the end of heat race number 2 here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway in the Dirt Clash 125. Yet another sold-out, packed house here for the International Virtual Racing League's Pinkett Ford Cup Series. Back to another short track. Will we see Wesley Jeanette be able to go back-to-back, not just in short track performances, but on surface performances from Martinsville last week? Walking away with the race win was Wesley Jeanette. Had a little bit of a struggle early here in heat race number 2, started from the pole position, now going to restart outside row number 2 in that 4th position. Can that 74 of Jeanette get up through the field and give himself a better starting spot for tonight's main event here from Bristol Motor Speedway? Short 3 laps to find out, I believe, 2 when we get going. Drivers are not going to have a lot of time. They're going to have to get the job done. And I tell you what, why don't we go a little bit closer to the track here? Man, I'm telling you, this is going to be a barn burner. Want to get high above the track? What do you say we go to our turn 3 drone cam here? For this latest restart, Matthew Baker leads him. He's on the outside. Patrick Gaspar will be left with the inside lane choice. No choose cone here at Bristol Motor Speedway, covered in dirt tonight. The driver's going to have to mix it up and get the job done all on their own. And Baker, he just set sail. He gone. That's it. High above the track with our turn 3 drone cam, almost 3 wide for a moment. Wesley Jeanette right there having to deal with the 76 of Charles Jurek. Super loose on the backstretch. White flag, final lap. Oh, and the 12's going to have trouble. Jeanette's going to pick up a position. Move Jeanette in that 74 machine back into the 3rd spot. And just like that, Matthew Baker will cross the line with the heat win here in heat race number 2 for the Pinkett Ford Cup Series. And we're going to move right on into our next heat race here tonight. Heat race number 3 on tap, scheduled, ready to roll off here in just a brief moment. There you can see drivers clearing the track. Heat race number 2 ready to fire off this time around. Drivers beginning to make their way to pit road, and you can hear a few of them hitting the gas. And we're going to get ready to fire things off once more. Back down trackside, there you can see most of the drivers beginning to hit pit road and into their starting positions. Your starting lineup here for heat race number 3. The Dirt Clash 125 in the IVRL Pinkett Ford Cup Series, starting inside row number 1 with your pole position here for heat race 3, the 17 of Jason Blaney. Cody McKinney listed in second, but I do not believe McKinney will be hitting the track, so then we'll move John Taylor up into that 2nd position. Brendan Key and Jaden Gimbel will make up row number 2. Nick Cannon and Thomas Carino back in row 3. Row number 4 here tonight, Bentley Brandon and Glenn Grimm. And just like that, drivers will roll off, and we will fire things off once again here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway. The dirt track action is second to none here at Bristol Motor Speedway. A lot of different layers of dirt laid down over top of this concrete surface here at the last great Coliseum. Bristol Motor Speedway hosting for the 2nd year in a row the Dirt track racing here in the springtime. I'm telling you, was there last year was a sight to behold. And this year, these drivers in the IVRL Pinkett Ford Cup Series, not disappointing. 2 bad fast heat races so far. Heat race number 3 ready to fire off. Brandon Key will bring his 08 just to the outside of your pole sitter, the 17 of Blaney, as they get ready to fire off. Teammates down on the inside row. And let's see how they go. And here we go once again off of turn number 4, coming to the restart box, and green flag flies, and straight up through the gears goes that 17. No problems at all here on the restart. That's going to put a thick battle back through the field. Check out Jaden Gimbel already with some slide jobs. The 81 turn 3 wrapped machine out there looking good. Yes, I'm impartial and I'm okay with that. 0.7 of a second separate first from second. There you can see the 77 of John Tiller just off in front of Jaden Gimbel. Closest battle on the track right here. 13 of Thomas Carino going at it with Nick Cannon. 4th and 5th racing it out on the speedway side by side. Off of turn 4, contact made. They keep things somewhat straight, but go in the right direction back down into 1 and 2 up at the high side. You hear another driver beating it off of that outside wall, and it looks like driver's struggling just a little bit with what I would call somewhat of a tank slap. Getting super loose on exit, trying to crank the car out of the corner exit to stay out of that outside wall, and then really having to ride the wheel back the other way to straighten their machines out. 13 is going to go to the bottom of the racetrack as he almost has a self-induced spin here. Things heating up back at the front, though, because Jaden Gimbel, he's not only caught John Tiller, he's made the pass, and now he has moved in on the 17 of Jason Blaney. Will we see the turn 381 Chevy ZL1 Camaro of Jaden Gimbel at the top spot here in heat race number 3, ripping the lip, going to the high side is Gimbel. Close racing action here between Jason Blaney and Jaden Gimbel. Gimbel giving him a fit, giving him all he's got. The 81 of the 17 of Blaney keeping him at bay right here. No, the door's going to open up on the bottom of the track. Look for a slide job. Look for some contact. There it is. 17 gets a little bit loose. And just like that, 17 will lose that top spot. Gimbel will grab it, and it looks like John Tiller may have some problems. Tiller goes around. Let's go check the replay. And oh no, we've got some post flag contact here. Uh-oh, let's go to the replay. There you can see the 77 after a good start here. Oh, and he's just going to gas it up in the center of the corner and go right on around. Fortunately for him, not a lot of damage, not a lot of contact. We did see some post-caution flag contact. I'm sure it's just, the dirt surface giving a handful of these drivers a little bit of trouble getting it woed up. We've seen how tough it is when you do bind up these machines on the brakes, how hard it is for them to stop. And as we are just about through the halfway point here in heat race number 3, I should say. We will have our stages here in the main event coming up momentarily. If you haven't already, show these drivers some love and appreciation. Let them know you like what they give to you each and every Tuesday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Go ahead and join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Drop these drivers that thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. And we're going to have ourselves another short shootout here to determine where these drivers in heat race number 3 will line up in that starting grid I don't believe we're going to have a fourth heat race, so after this, things going to switch right over into our national anthem and into the main event here tonight. So things going to be on a fast pace, rolling quickly here tonight with the IVRL Pinkett Ford Cup Series. Big shout out to Pinkett Ford coming on board, being the title and series sponsor here in season number 2 with the International Virtual Racing League. Big time shout out to a big time group dealing with some big time issues. Pinkett Ford, providing hope and empowerment by enriching the lives of all those affected by breast cancer, a nonprofit organization comprised of family members. Really, they all know each other, and we all know somebody who knows somebody, or we know somebody that has battled with this terrible disease that is breast cancer. A lot of great testimonials, a lot of great information out there over there on the Pinkett Ford website. If you're looking for some great support and information, look no further than Pinkett Ford, pinkettford.org. You can find their link down in the description, as well as we hit the gas and go back. Green flag racing, and Gimbal gonna step away. The 4 laps remaining here in heat race number 3. Heavy battle back through this field. Gimbal leads them all. Thomas Carino right there, Jason Blaney, they're all battling for position. And looks like we've got a little bit of camera troubles going on here. And there we go, gonna get them back. Some drivers with some electrical issues there. You can see a few of them blinking back towards the tail end of the field. 3 laps now remain as we watch that 08 of Glenn Grimm leading the 13 of Thomas Carino. There's Jason Blaney, your pole sitter, now all the way back to 5th. And the 77 of John Tiller running in 6th. Brandon Key has had some struggles and some problems. The 8 back in the 7th position, the last running driver on the track. Contact down into the corner. The 13 and the 17 bounce it off the wall. And that's about all she rode there. The 13 still stuck on that high line, trying to get back to the bottom. White flag has flown, and we are on the last time around the track. Back up with your heat race winner. Off of the corner exit, and here we go. Checkered flag flies on heat race number 3. Walking away with the heat win right there in that 81 turn 3 machine. He'll spin it at the end of his heat race. Jaden Gimbal will capture the flag in heat race number 3. And just like that, we're going to go trackside for the national anthem, so don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the boats bursting in air, gave proof
trackside as the bells begin to toll. You know the sounds. You know it's time to run down tonight's starting lineup right here in the Dirt Clash 125 for the IVRL Pinkett Ford Cup Series. 125 laps here at Bristol Motor Speedway. It's Bristol Dirt, baby, and your starting lineup looks like this. Starting inside row number 1, winning heat race number 1, the 43 of Ryan Farrell. Your heat race number 2 winner will start just to his outside. In second position, the 26 of Matthew Baker. The 81 of Jaden Gimble just walked away with heat race win number 3. He will start inside row number 2. 42 of John Freeman just to his outside, back in row 3 here tonight. The 86 of Patrick Gaspar and the 60 of Nick Cannon. Nick Goebel and Wesley Jeanette back in row number 4 here tonight at Bristol Motor Speedway as the drivers begin to roll off. Glenn Grimm, Jaden Darling back in row number 5 and rounding out your top 10. Inside row number 6, the 76 of Charles Urich and the 77 of John Tiller just to his outside. Row number 7 here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway, the 94 of Nicholas Pressey and the 48 of Maxwell Castro. Jason Blaney and Tyler Gentry will round out row number 8 and row number 9 here tonight. The 6 of Matthew Montgomery and the 13 of Thomas Carino. Quentin Stewart, Chad Hitchcock back in row number 10 and rounding out your top 20. Inside row number 11 and 21st, the 8 of Brandon Key with the 29 of Tommy Schaefer just to his outside. Randy Henshaw, Bradley Beeman back in row 12 and row 13 here tonight, bringing up the tail end of the field, the 71 of Nathan Line. Looks like Jason Ayerson, Bradley Brandon, and Tyler Gentry missing the start of tonight's race. And with the Chevy pace car down and away, music fades away, and these engines will come to life, and green flag flies as Ryan Farrell missed the start. And that mixed up the front of this field right to the top of the board. The 81 of Jaden Gimble leads them back into 3. Even catching us off guard just a little bit here tonight. A few drivers are missing the start of the race here, and that's going to be a tough break for a very fast 43 of Ryan Farrell. Gimble leading Baker. We've seen Baker walk away with the biggest gap, capturing the checkered flag with his heat race win. And it looks like we may have had a little bit of a problem here. Charles Urich has some problems and some issues. And oh my goodness, looks like a little bit of trouble with some of the timing and scoring. We'll try to get that sorted out in the background for you here, but very briefly, Jaden Gimble still leads here tonight. There you go. Looks like we get most of these drivers all sorted out, all fixed out. We do appreciate all the hard work in the background, making sure we get these things correct for the fans out there in TV land watching around the world on their cell phones, tablets, computers, wherever they may be. We do appreciate each and every one of you tuning in, joining us here tonight for race number 9 in the IVRL Pinkett Ford Cup Series right here tonight at Bristol Dirt. In trouble on track, lap number 5, we will have our first caution flag of the evening. Looks like trouble for Thomas Carino, and 13 right there stuck on that outside lane, and that is Thomas Carino, and your race leader, Jaden Gimble, runs right into him. Nowhere to go for Gimble. It'll be interesting to see if that 81 gets his positions back, and it does look like he's going to do so. Let's go see what happened with Carino. And it looks like just down into the corner and loops it right around, I do believe. And yeah, there it is, just a long, slow drift of a spin in the 13. We'll bring out the first caution of the evening, and we will jump back live at the front of the field with your race leader, Matthew Baker, who's taken that top spot. Jaden Gimble's going to come back and take his position back. Looks like race officials deeming it deeming it proper for him to get his spot back there, losing it none to his fault after the caution flag had already flew here tonight for the first time. One race leader so far. Jaden Gimble has led all 7 laps. Man, I'm telling you, it's going to be... Some of these drivers are going to have to make their way through the field, tiptoeing through the field here. And how about Ryan Farrell, man? He's already gained a handful of positions. Let's go back here, check in on that 43 of Farrell. The Hallmar of 43. Missed the start. Missed it. Had to start from pit road. He still caught the field. He's made up a handful of positions all the way up now to 17th. I'm telling you, the guys at the front, Freeman, Cannon, Baker, and Gimble, they better watch themselves because Farrell is on his way. Trying to think about the strategy, trying to think about what these drivers are going to do. We're going to have ourselves 2 stage breaks here tonight. But I'm wondering myself, asking myself, are tires a premium here at the dirt track? Are you going to be worried about putting those tires on the car? Are you just going to fill this thing up and get back out there? Will we see anybody stretch one of these stages and possibly stay out and not pit at the end of stage 1? It's going to be it's a crew chief call, that's for sure, obviously, but I think it opens the door for a lot of strategy out there for guys on the track here tonight and their crews to make up some positions, make up some ground on the field in front of them in the championship standings. We haven't had a chance to get to your championship standings just yet with all the great action-packed racing here from Bristol Motor Speedway tonight in the IVRL Pinkett Forward Cup Series. Pace truck lights already off. We're going to get ready to go back green flag racing this time by. There goes that Chevy Silverado pace truck. Jaden Gimble leads Baker. Freeman, Cannon back to the restart, and green flag flies. Once again, away from the field goes that 81 of Gimble. It's going to be a snack up back here, 3rd, 4th, 5th on the racetrack. Nick Cannon right there in his 60 machine running in the 4th position. Side-by-side battle with Jason Blaney and Glenn Grimm. That's going to be short-lived as Blaney going to grab that position away from Grimm. Looking at Patrick Gaspar and John Tiller going at it here, 2-3 wide back through the tail end portions of this field. Jaden Darling going the other way. Darling falling 7 positions so far here tonight. He's all the way back to 18th now as we jump on board with Patrick Gaspar looking off the front edge of his machine. And we've got our second caution flag of the night. Let's see what has happened here. Getting word that the 29 of Tommy Schaefer may have been involved in this one. And there you can see Schaefer going around. And it looked like just all to his own. Didn't look like there was, and maybe a little bit of contact and help there from the 70, 75 of Darling, just beating his quarter panel off there, just trying to come to a stop, unable to. Unfortunately, we are under caution for the second time here tonight at Bristol Motor Speedway. Lap number 13 underway. Stage number 1 will come to a close at the end of lap number 35. Stage 2 coming to a close at the end of lap 65. Drivers will have a long run to the end of tonight's race. Looks like the 71 of Nathan Lyon already down to pit road, fixing on his machine, the 71, with quite an extensive stay on pit road, trying to massage those quarter panels back into place. He's going to fall off of the lead lap and fall well behind this field, and it's going to be awfully hard for him to pick up those lucky dog positions here tonight with the track covered on dirt. Lucky dogs are hard to come by. There you can see Thomas Carino. He's going to get the wave by. He'll get himself back on the lead lap, and we will have 23 out of our 24 car field out on the track with 23 drivers still on the lead lap. Taking a look off of the tail end of that 26 of Matthew Baker as the field makes their way back off of, I believe that is turn number 4. Yes, it is off of turn 4. We should see the one finger wave this time by. We'll have 1 to go here at Bristol. And I apologize, that was turn number 2. See, even we get lost at Bristol. You cover up the track and dirt, and the commentators, broadcasters, cameramen get a little bit confused. You know, all you got to do is look for that flag stand, though, Dave. It's right there on the front stretch. There it is. But here we go, side by side, once again, front of the field. Baker and Gimbel will fire things back off one more time. Freeman, Cannon back in row 2. Blaney and Grimm in 3. Urich and Goebel back in row number 4 with Castro and Jeanette rounding out your top 10 in row number 5. Pace truck down and away, and we're going to get this thing underway once again. We're coming to take lap number 18, and here we go on the gas, and Baker slides away from the field. Gimbel caught sleeping. He's going to be left in the back to battle with the 60 of Cannon on the top of the racetrack. Big trouble there. I believe that's the 08 of Glenn Grimm. He had a rough start of it, rough go, and he's going to go to the high side, and he's going to lose multiple positions, getting freight train down at the bottom. It looks like catfishing is where you want to be here tonight. Wesley Jeanette grabbing a position away. Nicholas Pressey also getting by Randy Henshaw back for 19th. Brandon Key, Matthew Montgomery grabbing a position. Jaden Darling getting by Tiller for a spot. And we've got another caution on the track. Tiller and Holcomb have some problems, and we'll slow the field back behind the pace car once again. Lap number 20 goes on the board. It looks like we've got that one queued up. Let's go to our Pink It Forward replay. The 77 at the bottom of the track there. You can see John Tiller, 49, coming down just a little bit in contact, and there they go. Hard impact for that 49. 77 not catching a whole lot of damage here, but still, he's going to have to make up a ton of track position as we now go back live once again high above the track with your race leader, Matthew Baker, at the front of this field, knocking on the door of just 100 laps to go. And I hear you out there, 863 Gaming TV. We do appreciate the comments and kind words out there. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us here tonight for the International Virtual Racing League Pink It Forward Cup Series. It's Bristol Dirt, the Dirt Clash 125 here tonight. Race number 9 well and underway. 22 laps in the book. And we've had 2 race leaders. Couple of different lead changes amongst themselves. Baker and Gimbel going back and forth. After your pole sitter here tonight, Ryan Farrell has had some trouble, and Farrell is on pit lane. Oh no. A little bit of a mix-up on the start of tonight's race. As Ryan Farrell was unable to make the start, he had to start from pit road. So your pole sitter for tonight's Dirt Clash 125 had to start from the tail end of the field. And now with him back on pit road once again, he'll be back tail end of this field once again. We've still got everybody on the lead lap that is out there on the track. So all 23 drivers will be left on the lead lap. Oh, wait a minute here. I think Ryan Farrell may be just losing a lap here to your race leaders. He's struggling to get off of pit road, and Farrell, he will indeed lose 1 lap. Ryan Farrell now going to have a long uphill battle on his hands here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway. And with the pace trunk lights out once again, we'll get ready to fire things off once again here. Baker and Gimbel front row. Freeman and Cannon still in row 2. Urich and Blaney back in row 3. Row 4 is Goebel and Castro on the gas, and green flag flies once again here from Bristol. Baker down through the corner up at the high side. And it's interesting, we've got some bottom feeders, but most of these drivers being those high side ticklers, pushing the cushion at the top of the track. Laying it out sideways here from Bristol Motor Speedway. Baker clear of the field by just over a half a second, and we've seen him do this. As we take a look off the front end of his machine, we've seen Baker do this in his heat race, walking away with heat race win number 2. And there he is. He's going to jump the cushion and into the outside wall. That's going to open the door for the 81 on the bottom of the racetrack to turn 3. 81 this week. Gimbel puts it back at the top of the scoring charts and back to your race lead. 81 of Gimbel trying to walk away from Baker. Back in third is Nick Cannon. He'll have his hands full here briefly with John Freeman beginning to close in into the 42 machine. Close battle back behind them. Look at this 2-3 car battle going on. Castro Blaney going at it with Charles Urich not too far off from them. And we've got some more trouble on the track. Looks like Quentin Stewart and John Tiller have some trouble, and that's going to bring the 4th caution of the evening out here tonight. Let's go see if we can't find this one on a replay. Let's go see what happened with Stewart. There you go, catching it a little bit late. Contact and trouble has already happened. Let's see if we back it up a little bit once again. Oh, the 70. The 11 on the timing and scoring, 70 on the screen. And contact with a teammate. The Swift Home Buyers machines collect each other. After Stewart had trouble off of the corner exit, pounding that outside wall, then the 2 teammates come together. Tiller and Stewart have contact. Both drivers go around. 4th caution flag of the night flies, and we'll jump back up front with your race leader live leading here at stage number 1. And I do believe this may be the end of stage 1. So we are very close to that cutoff point here. Lap number 35 is your stage break. We're on lap number 30. Going to be an interesting strategy to see what these drivers do. See what the race control decides here. Will we have enough time to go back green flag racing before the end of this stage? Oh, and Ryan Farrell, you can see him streak by really quick. A little bit of a connection and electrical issue still plaguing that 43 here tonight. He's going to get himself back on the lead lap, but he's still got, or get himself one of his laps back. He's still got a little bit of ways to go before he can get back racing for positions. Ryan Farrell now listed back in 23rd position. And I don't know, race fans, a lot of you out there joining us in the chat this week. We do appreciate each and every one of you tuning in here tonight. Let's hear who you got. Who's your pick? Who's your favorite out there? We're going to run down through a handful of drivers here right towards the end of this stage. Tell you what, why don't we go ahead and give you a little bit of a driver rundown. Your top 5 looks a little something like this coming towards the end of stage number 1. The man with the nicest hair in the league, Jaden Gimbel, man, looking smooth out there. Dirt track behind him, and he looks to be the dirt track king here tonight from Bristol. 81 leads this race. Matthew Baker just to his outside. The driver out of Magnolia, Texas, has shown himself fast here at the high dirt banks of Bristol Motor Speedway. Nick Cannon back there in 3rd. 4th place, outside row number 2, the Newport News, Virginia native John Freeman. And how about Jason Blaney? Don't forget about Blaney, the Jacksonville, Florida native, rounds out your top 5. Let's hear who you got, though, in TV Land race fans, as we go back green flag racing once again here towards the end of stage number 1. Gimbel leading this field. John Freeman right there. Close battle as drivers making their way off of the corner exit. Whoa, 42, he's got himself some company. Here comes that 26 of Baker. And how about this? Nick Cannon drops to the bottom. He's looking a wild out here tonight. He's looking to grab that 2nd spot. And we've got a caution on the racetrack. Looks like a lot of drivers caught up in this one. Jaden Darling, John Tiller, and Matthew Montgomery all caught up in this latest incident here. Let's go back. Let's see what happened. Let's see if we can't grab a brief look and a view at how it all went down. Let's back it up and check the Pinkett Forward replay. There's John Darling, and there's the mix-up. There's the 13 involved, and here comes the 94. He's going to catch a piece of it late, and he's going to catch part of the spin is Nicholas Pressey. There's the 6. He comes in and catches a late piece, and the 77 of John Tiller just moseying along right there, and the 75 down the track right into his front end. And well, that should do it for stage 1, as we've got drivers coming to pit road. Nick Gimbel, Jaden Gimbel, I apologize. Jaden takes the top spot in the stage win here from Bristol Motor Speedway. We're going to step away from the track for just a brief moment, head to some commercial breaks, pay a few bills. You guys know how that goes. You know how it is, but you're not going to miss a thing. We're going to step away, but we're going to keep this thing side by side. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. Trackside here from Bristol Motor Speedway. And back from the commercial break, field off of 4 and green flag flies as Patrick Gaspar leads them back to green. Brandon Key right there with a little bit of a strategy play. He'll start at the front of the field, but the 8 machine struggling on the bottom of the racetrack, up 17 positions right now. Will Key be able to maintain pace? Not coming to pit road and grabbing tires. Gimbal moves back into second, contact with the race leader. That's going to open up the door for the 60 on the high side. Way down at the bottom of the track is that 86 of Patrick Gaspar, and look at the run off of the corner for Gimbal. Taking a look back off of the 8 machine of Brandon Key. There's contact with the outside wall. Key, trouble and more trouble. The one driver goes around, and that's the 48 of Maxwell Castro, down and around on the inside of the racetrack. Tell you what, let's see if we can't find that one. Let's see if we can't check our Pinkett Ford replay. Do we got that one, gentlemen? They're shaking their heads no at me right now, making them work under some high stakes, high pressure right now, trying to make sure we get all these replays of all the crazy action going on here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway. It's Bristol Dirt. Jaden Darling and Nathan Line caught up and involved in this latest incident. Looks like the 76 of Charles Urich also unfortunately receiving a little bit of damage as well. Let's go check the replay. There you can see that 76, and there's contact. Brandon Key. There's Urich going around, contact with the 13 in the 48. And well, a little bit of pinball action here from Bristol. Meanwhile, back at the front of the field, we're going to focus right here for the time being. These 2 drivers, Patrick Gaspar and that 8 of Brandon Key. Neither one of these drivers elected to come to pit road at the end of stage number 1. They stayed out on track. They didn't need the fuel yet. They don't want the tires. Gaspar and Key looking to turn their races around here tonight with a little bit of strategy play. Looks like a fuel-only stop for that 81 of Jaden Gimbal. And Nick Cannon grabbing 4 tires, and he'll have the race lead on the high side as how Cannon got to that top spot after a little bit of contact between the 86 of Patrick Gaspar and Jaden Gimbal. That opened the door right on the high side for that 60 to just hang it high, wide, and handsome and scoot his way around the field into that top spot for the first time. New race leader here tonight, Nick Cannon leads the field. And you know, you can call me biased if you want. I'm cool with it. It's fine. But let's check some of these paint schemes out. These drivers out here tonight, I mean, the car wraps are absolutely sick. Check out this 60 of Nick Cannon, man. I'm telling you. Sickening paint on that 60 machine. Love it out there, my man. Good wrap on that machine. And, of course, a man to my own heart right here in that 81. Jaden Gimbal putting a turn 3 wrap on the car here this weekend. The special dirt track presentation here from Bristol Motor Speedway. The Dirt Clash 125. How about Brandon Key out there? Very familiar looking paint scheme in his Nichols number 8. And well, Patrick Gaspar, his cars looked a little bit better throughout the beginning of tonight's race. The HMG Innovations 86 looks to get back to the front of the field. Thomas Carino right there to his outside. And how about that sporty looking 17 and on the gas? And here we go. Green flag flies. Once again, the 60 carries them deep into the restart box. And how about that? Jaden Gimbal right to the bottom, digging, catfishing. Will he get it? Slide job, and he's got the pass. He's got the position. Move Gimbal back to the front of the field, and we've got a lot of contact back through the tail end of this field. You can hear it all going down back behind your top drivers. This might be a big one to sort ourselves through. Looks like Quentin Stewart, Thomas Carino, Charles Urick, Jaden Darlin, Chad Hitchcock, Pressy, Holcomb, all involved in this one. 5-6 drivers all caught up and involved in this latest one. Let's go see what happened with Nicholas Pressy here. And you can hear the contact and the trouble up in front. Whoa, there's 3, 4, 5 drivers all around. Urick involved in this one. Let's go check the vantage point from Charles Urick's point of view. And there you can see just a hornet's nest of drivers. Whoa, and the 13. Big trouble for that 13. My goodness. Let's go see what happened here with Quentin Stewart in this 13 machine. Stewart, I apologize, in the 11, and oh, there you can see the 13 just turned around and nowhere to go. Contact chaos ensues, and we're under caution for the 7th time here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway in the International Virtual Racing League's Pinkett Ford Cup Series. You know, we asked moments ago who you got. You guys have been chiming in all race long on who your favorites are out there, and well, I'm gonna lay it on the line to you just like this. No, I don't know who's gonna win tonight's race, but I know who these fast drivers are on the dirt here tonight. I know who's been the fastest in happy hour, who's been good in these heat races, and right now I don't think we've got a driver in the field that's gonna be able to hang strong with Jaden Gimbel at the front. We've seen the 26 of Matthew Baker be super fast here tonight, but Baker struggling here in this second stage, and he has now got himself well back and deep into this field. Baker will start outside of the top 15, and that's basically going to be my pick here tonight. Not just because he's got that turn 3 ramp on the car looking sporty at the front of this field. It is a beautiful car, don't get me wrong. But I think Gimbel is just dialed in, dialed up, and ready to go here tonight. It looks like he has brought his A game to the dirt high banks of Bristol Motor Speedway. Nick Cannon, very fast here on these latest restarts. He's going to be somebody you have to deal with as well. But unless Baker gets back to the front, I think, and again, just my opinion, it's nothing personal to anybody out there or anybody else's favorite driver. There's a lot of great drivers in the field, but I think that 81 came into tonight's race thinking he was going to be the man to beat, and right now he looks to be that man to beat. He will elect to take the outside for the restart. The 60 of Nick Cannon just to his inside. Brandon Key, Patrick Gaspar back in row 2. Blaney and Grimm in row 3. Jeanette and Goebel, Henshaw and Freeman to round out your top 10 for this latest restart. And here we go once again off of turn number 4. Pace truck down and away, and we will fire away once again. Green flag flies here from Bristol Motor Speedway. Lap 53 now on the board. We've got a lot of drivers pulling slide jobs left and right here tonight. Look at this 808 of Glenn Grimm. He dropped well into the field, now moving his way back to the front. 2, 3 wide. Oh my gosh, how did they make that work? Look at that 12. Henshaw around the outside. Big run for Henshaw. That Menards machine's looking dialed in here as Grimm still struggling with the handling at the bottom of the racetrack. There you can see that rubber beginning to work itself into the track. Shiny surfaces beginning to show through here on the dirt banks of Bristol, and we've got ourselves another caution flag flies here tonight. Lap number 55. We will bring this field to a crawl, and it looks like it may be a it looks like this is a debris caution. We're not seeing any indicators of any drivers in any type of trouble. So a debris caution will bring the field to a crawl here at lap number 56 from Bristol Motor Speedway, and that's going to help out a handful of drivers. It looks like Ryan Farrell will get your timing and scoring back down to the left-hand side of your screen. There you can see Brian Farrell listed 1 lap down right now in that lucky dog position. I do believe he will get himself back on the lead lap, and that is going to be big. That's going to give him at least 1 more opportunity to close in on the front of this field, as we will see the stage break in just a short, I would say about 6 lap shootout here. Oh, and Farrell, no front end. That's why his night has been a little bit of a struggle. Contact earlier here tonight, and now no front clip, looking like a dirt modified out there. Farrell's going to have to find some speed, and I'm not sure where he's going to get it from without a front clip with no nose on that machine. It's going to be hard pressed to make his way back up through the field. He's going to need a little bit of help with some drivers having a little bit of struggles here tonight. Taking a look with one of our onboard cameras, looking, looking forward at that Chevy Silverado pace truck running on board with the 60 of Nick Cannon, who was able to grab that spot at the front of the field back from Jaden Gimbel once again here before we had that caution flag fly. So the 7th caution flag flies on the evening, and we've had ourselves 7 different official lead changes amongst 3 different drivers here tonight. Nick Cannon goes back to the point. Let's check out the driver inside of his office. Well, not that one, and there he is, the man leading tonight's race. It looks like he's got a little bit of mud on his helmet. Not quite sure, because these drivers do have windshields, so interesting. Maybe coming up through that window net, but nonetheless, the man in his office trying to put in work, leading this field here tonight. Nick Cannon in the 60 will bring the field back to the restart box and back to the green flag once again. The iRacing Chevy Silverado will duck on off this time by, and we will set this thing off once again here in the final few laps of stage number 2. Nick Cannon leading your stage 1 winner. Jaden Gimbel down there on the inside of the racetrack. He's going to have to catfish to grab that top spot. Will he get a good restart? And they fire off. Green flag flies. Once again here from Bristol. Contact between Brandon Key and Blaney battling for 2nd and 3rd. And oh, Gimbel going to grab that top spot, but will he maintain it? No, we're going to get a crossover and a slide job, and Cannon going to go back to the point. Contact Charles Urich goes around. Caution flies. Let's go back, see what happened with Charles Urich here. A little bit of a stack up on the restart. Oh, no. There you go. That's it. There's the contact. Trouble. Spins around. Car. Wall. Car. And caution. One more look at it from high above the track. A little bit of a stack up on the restart, and that allowed that 86 to get a big jump. Just not quite clear at the front of that 76. And unfortunately for Urich, he's going to drop a handful of positions, and he's going to drop a little bit of sheet metal. And that's going to be it for the end of stage number 2 here tonight, I believe. Race control calling that the end. We've got a few drivers staying out at the front of the field, though. Nick Cannon, Jason Blaney, and Wesley Jeanette all staying out. So interesting to see if this is really going to be the end of the stage or not. Right now, it would go to that 60 of Nick Cannon. We've seen the smart play right there, the dirt track mentality. He knew that gimbal was going to have to throw it in deep on the bottom, and he was going to pull that slide job. And he got out of the gas just a little bit early, pulled that crossover, and went right down to the bottom of the racetrack and right back to the race lead. Nick Cannon, he's ready for it. He's on point and ready to go here tonight, just past the halfway point. It's downhill from here on out for these drivers, but some looking at an uphill climb. Brendan Key, Jaden Gimbel, now outside of your top 15 for this latest restart. He's back around Ryan Farrell with no front clip here. Can Farrell make his way back to the front of this field with just punching a huge hair in the hole with his machine out there looking like a modified 86 of Patrick Gaspar. We've seen him with a little piece of the action right there. He's outside of your top 10. So we've got comers and goers. Who's going to be our big movers and shakers here in tonight's second half of the Dirt Clash 125 right here from Bristol Motor Speedway? You're watching the IVRL Pinkett Ford Cup Series. And as the pace truck ducks off, we'll get ready to fire off once again. Here we go. Back to the restart box, and green flag flies. 60 of Nick Cannon keeps it fired up at the top of the track. And oh, Glenn Grimm with some trouble. We're going to stack it up on the restart, and we're going to have a caution flag. And Grimm, we seen him before the switch of the camera view. He got loose down on the bottom of the racetrack and just could not save it, and that will bring out the 10th caution of the night here from Bristol Motor Speedway. There you can see the beaten, battered, worse for the wear here tonight. That 08 of Glenn Grimm trying for all it's worth to get his machine fixed back up and back out on the track. Big time trouble here tonight for Grimm, as he may very well fall off of the lead lap, as he is now down onto pit road in his box. Nick Cannon continues the lead. There's that 17 of Jason Blaney. Blaney has been quick all night. A lot of sheet metal damage on his machine. There you can see one of the side skirts pretty much knocked in right behind that left front tire. You're going to have to be careful that that doesn't cut down a tire. And we've got fresh faces at the front of this field, race fans. How about no previous race winner inside your top 10 right now? Nick Cannon leading Jason Blaney, Maxwell Castro, Randy Henshaw. That 12 machine will start in fourth on this latest restart. Jaden Darling, Billy Holcomb. We've got him out there in the chat. Billy, somebody's out there. Got your back. He's sitting in 6th in his debut race here tonight with the IVRL Pinkett Ford Cup Series. Let's give this man a little bit of TV time. No front clip, but the full throttle 49. Running well here tonight, looking to grab a handful more spots. He's up 20 positions from where he started tonight's main event, the Dirt Clash 125. Can Holcomb break into the top 5? We've seen the driver who will line up just behind him, Matthew Baker, have a ton of speed. Can Baker crack back into the top 5 here? Chad Hitchcock, Nick Goebel, John Tiller round out your top 10, and all 10 have yet to go to victory lane. Your closest driver that's been to victory lane to that top 10 is that 43 of Ryan Farrell, recovering well, and now he finds himself in front of both Patrick Gaspar and Nicholas Pressey. But the 60 of Cannon with control of the race. He'll start outside row number 1. He'll pat his pocket with those laps led, and he will bring the field back to the green flag once again here from Bristol. Pace car down and away, and here we go, underway once again from Bristol Motor Speedway in the International Virtual Racing League Pinkett Ford Cup Series. Drivers through turn number 1, no problems this time around. A little bit of stack up, 2-3 wide back towards the tail end of the field. We'll jump around just a little bit. Contact between the 24-75, and we've got trouble on the track. There's going to be a big mess down in the corner now. They're still bumping, banging, beating, making their way around the initial incident. And that's going to bring the field back to a crawl back behind the pace truck one more time. And we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break, pay a few bills. You know how that goes. Got to get the job done somehow. And here we go. We'll pay for the light bill this time around. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
We got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're gonna lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage. Looks like your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane. Press and hold your reset button and we'll come and get you.
And back trackside as that Chevy Silverado pace truck lights go off field We'll double them up and we will fire things off once again. Coming to take lap number 79 out of the 125 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. Drivers getting down to the nitty gritty here in tonight's Dirt Clash 125 at Bristol Motor Speedway. Drivers with a little bit of a rough go here tonight on the dirt. And we're going to have ourselves a super speedway next week. It's going to be from high banks sliding sideways on the dirt to big draft pushes at Talladega next week. And we're going to go around one more time. Looks like there was some trouble towards the tail of the field. And we will regroup and run one more lap around the track. And there you can see this track beginning to take that rubber. A lot of transition from where the track was when we started tonight's Dirt Clash 125. You can see it beginning to get a little bit of a shine, especially on these corner entries on the high side. There you can see just the lines that these drivers are laying down, bringing that moisture up out of the track, leaving a little bit of rubber behind. And just like that, pace car down and away, and we will fire it off once again, this time around to the restart box. 60 of Cannon nails the gas, and we get going. Green flag racing once again here from Bristol Motor Speedway. Tough little battle here, 2-3 wide back around Henshaw. There is Randy Henshaw in that 12 machine running in fourth. Baker right behind him. Baker has had a long way to go to get himself back into position and back into a top 5. He's been one of the fast drivers out there, and a big misstep into the corner entry there. That brought the 42 and the 12 right to the tail end of Baker. And here comes John Freeman. That 42, don't count him out just yet. Freeman laying down some fast times. But Nick Cannon at the front of the field, he has stepped off. He has stepped away. Nobody in front, nobody behind. 1.8 seconds, almost a 2-second advantage now. Walking off from this field at the front, the 60 of Nick Cannon. Let's go back through the field. Let's check in with that 8 of Brandon Key running in the 7th position. He's got Jaden Gimble, Charles Urick, Jaden Darling right there behind him, and the caution flag flies once again here from Bristol Motor Speedway. I believe that may have been the 6 of Patrick Gaspar caught up and involved in this latest incident on track. Field will come back to a crawl. Nick Cannon, Jason Blaney, Maxwell Castro rounding out your top 3. Matthew Baker breaking back into that top 5. He's going to be in that 4th position, and it looks like Patrick Gaspar and Matthew Montgomery both having trouble here. That's what brought us under caution for the 12th time here tonight. Let's go check and see what happened with Montgomery. The 6 Kelly Blue Book sponsored machine. Looks like he's running rather well here for the moment. See if he has any contact, any problems here, and what may have brought that caution flag out here. No trouble yet. No, a little bit slow on the front stretch. That may have snacked up the field just a little bit. Now, we're not really seeing any trouble, so, well, with the field back under caution, we'll jump back with your race leader at the front of this field. Lap number 85 now goes on the book. Nick Cannon looking to continue to lead here tonight. He's going to pad his pockets full of these laps led. Quentin Stewart in the 11 machine. He's got the 70 on the side. He's going to get himself a lucky dog. He's going to get at least one of his laps back, as now the 12 of Randy Henshaw heads down to pit road. Surprised none of these drivers dealing with any overheating issues. You can see a lot of the dirt beginning to clog up on the front of these machines. A few of these drivers may have to worry about it. Let's check in back here with Ryan Farrell. He's not got to worry about anything sticking to the front end of his nose. He ain't got one. Out there looking like a little bit of a modified here. Still got the front hood on, but no front clip on your pole sitter, the 43 of Ryan Farrell and his Hallmark sponsored Chevy ZL1 Camaro here tonight. A little bit of a rough go for Farrell, but he is knocking on the door of a top 10. Those fast three walking away with their heat race wins have now found their way back inside of your top 15 and knocking on the door of all three of them being back inside of your top 10. Matthew Baker running in third. Jaden Gimbel up in 7th, and Ryan Farrell listed in the 12th position. Those are your three heat race winners, and they're going to look to get back inside of the top 5. Baker already sitting in third, and Gimbel on his way back to the front once again. How about Goebel? Goebel's had a good race of it, the 24. Fast in his heat race. A little bit of a trouble here tonight, but Goebel making his way back towards the front. Back towards where he started. He's going to get 7 more positions to get back to 7th place. And as the pace car goes off, we'll go back. Green flag racing once again. Nick Cannon looking to replicate the restart he had moments ago. Whoa, and contact, and around goes Baker. Big trouble for Matthew Baker and Jason Blaney. We watched it on the restart coming off of the corner exit. Contact, and around those two drivers go. Oh no, big issue now for Matthew Baker. He had worked hard to get himself back inside of that top 5 in contact. He's going to go around, and we'll go back under caution conditions once again. Let's go check and see what happened with Baker. Here you go. Up on the high side, that 26 trying to make his way off the corner, and the 17 slides up just a little bit right into his driver's side, and well, it's going to loop him right around. Contact with the inside wall. Both drivers going to flip the cars around and get going back straight, and that will put us under caution. Once again, here from Bristol Motor Speedway, back live with your race leaders at the front. Nick Cannon continuing to lead. Lap number 92 going to be coming at you this time around. Field receives the one to go this time around. We'll get double file one more time here, closing in on the 100 lap mark. In tonight's Dirt Clash 125 in the IVRL Pinkett Ford Cup Series. Nick Cannon, since snatching the race lead at the end of stage number 2, he has not looked back. He's been one of the fast drivers here in the tail end of this race, looking to slide his way into his first race win. We've got fresh faces at the front looking for victory lane. Brandon Key, Jaden Gimble back in 4th and 5th. They're looking for a repeat win. And green flag flies as Cannon nails the gas. Away we go once again into turn number 1. Nobody's got anything for Cannon at the front of the field. It's close off of turn number 2. The Key sliding across the track. And here comes that 81 of Gimble. Gimble gonna cut it to the bottom and slide job his way to a spot, and we've got contact. Cannon and Castro go around. Oh my goodness. Trouble at the front of this field, and we've got our 14th caution of the evening flying here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway. Your race leader caught up and involved in this latest one. I'll tell you what, why don't we go back, check this latest replay. Let's see how it all went down. Let's see what happened with Castro. Down on the bottom of the racetrack and just sliding up right into the 60. Both of those drivers going to carry it to the outside wall. Oh, and here comes some more drivers. Randy Henshaw going to catch a piece of the action a little bit late. 48 looks like he's ready to go, but Cannon maybe a little bit of fuming in there. Looks like the hands were moving inside of the car just a little bit, in contact. And chaos ensues. Cannon, no longer your race leader. He is down on the pit road now as we rejoin the field live back at the front with John Freeman in that 42. He's been fairly quiet all night here, but he has been inside of that top 5 for the most of the evening. Brandon Key, we've seen him struggling a little bit with the grip on these straightaways, but he's been able to keep his Nichols 8 machine towards the front end of this field. He's up 19 positions from where he started tonight's race. Looking to finish it off on a good foot. Key looking to get back to victory lane once again. Brandon Key going to victory lane 3 races ago, I do believe it was, snatching his first victory of the season. Now Key will line up right next to your race leader looking for his second win. Jaden Gimble looking to get back to victory lane for his 3rd time. Your heat race number 3 winner inside of that 81 turn 3 machine. He's looking to park it in victory lane once again. John Tiller, Charles Urich back in 4th and 5th. Wesley Jeanette, the 74. He's looking to go back-to-back race-winning performances on the short track from Martinsville to the high bank dirt surface of Bristol Motor Speedway. Jeanette looking to get back to victory lane. How about the man with no front clip? Walked away with ease in heat race number 1 with the heat win, and he's got himself some electrical issues still happening in that Hallmark 43. Ryan Farrell will restart there in 4th. We'll refocus back up near the front of the field. Matthew Baker now trying to make his way back to the top 10. We've seen Baker caught up and involved in our 13th caution of the evening. No, not checking out, just checking some stats over here in the books, trying to make sure we've got everybody's race wins written down correctly and things of that nature. Point standing's going to have a big shot in him, I can tell you that one. After 3 short tracks in a row, we headed from Richmond to Martinsville, now to the dirt banks of Bristol. We're going to shake it up even more in the point standings next week from Talladega Super Speedway. As the green flag flies, we've got 25 to go here from Bristol to 3 wide into turn 1 for a moment. Brandon Key was almost the meat and sandwich. The 43 of Ryan Farrell to the top of the speedway. Here comes Gimbel at the bottom. They stack up nose to tail at the top. Everybody looking for some grip. Track beginning to slick off just a little. We're going to see which one of these drivers have got that dirt experience to feather that gas and keep the car underneath them. Battle for the race lead now. Key with contact with the 42. He goes right to the front. A 2-4 coming out of the corner. Look at Gimbel go right to the point. Jaden Gimbel takes the race lead. He gets 3 positions on 1 lap. And that 81 machine shot out of a cannon. Oh my goodness, Jaden Gimbel wasting no time on the restart, wasting no time stepping away, grabbing 3 positions in 1 corner, and stepping away now to over a 1.5 second race advantage. Somebody's got to reel him in. We'll jump back to the battles, though, right here, continue to rage on. There's John Freeman, Charles Urick, Brandon Key, as Ryan Farrell continues to have those electrical issues. Farrell will drop down through the running order now, as things slowly begin to sort themselves out a little bit. How about this 2-3-4 car battle? Rubbing, beating, banging is the 77. In the 26 of Matthew Baker, who has almost regained a top 5 spot. Baker coming back to the front. 17 of Jason Blaney next on that 26 list of drivers to grab a spot away from. We've got contact. 42 almost goes around. We stay green flag. 20 laps to go. Caution on the speedway. Now going to fly. Caution as Maxwell Castro and Nick Goebel both have trouble here tonight. They're going to be caught up and involved in our latest incident. Let's go. I believe we've got that one queued up. Do we got that one? They're giving us a thumbs up. Let's go see what happened with Castro. Oh my gosh, Randy Henshaw. Wow, Randy Henshaw, the 24, caught up involved. Let's go take another look at this one. There was a lot going on, a lot to digest right there. Trouble in front of Henshaw in that 48, and then contact. Henshaw shoved right into the retaining wall. Oh my gosh. 24 of Coble, he gets caught up and involved in this one, but how about Randy Henshaw? Just shoved right in to that pit road retaining wall. And that is, with less than 25 to go, I doubt you're going to be able to recover from that one. Tough break for Henshaw, running well in that 12 machine, trying to avoid some trouble in front. That's all it took for him to jump out of the gas just a little bit. He gets a push, and unfortunately that push puts him right into those pit road barrels, and he's going to find himself with a long 18 laps in front of him now. 14 drivers still out there on the track, a few of them out there on pit road. Jaden Darling and Maxwell Castro both to pit road this latest time. And it looks like we're going to start this thing back with less than 15 laps to go. The driver that walked away with heat race win number 3, Jaden Gimbel, looks to park it in victory lane. Jason Blaney, Matthew Baker right there back inside of your top 5. Baker won heat race number 2. So we've got a few of the fast drivers back at the front, and if you revisit tonight's broadcast, you'll hear it. I called it. I thought those 2 drivers were going to be some of the toughest to beat out there on the track, with the big trouble that Ryan Farrell has been having with the electrical issues here tonight, as well as missing no front clip. I thought it was going to be hard pressed for that 43 to make his way back up through the field and be a real contender for the race win. But here we go. 15 laps to go this time around. I believe we should see those pace car lights go out, and we'll have 14 laps to settle it here tonight from the high banks of Bristol Motor Speedway in the Dirt Clash 125. And we've got 2 of the drivers I said were going to be the toughest to beat right back at the front of the field. The 81 of Jaden Gimbel will lead him back to the restart box with Matthew Baker right on his tail. He'll line up second car inside row. We've got some connection issues going on, a little bit of electrical issues for, I believe that's the 77 of Tiller. There you can see a little bit of Magic Man moments there for Tiller, struggling here tonight with some electrical issues. The electrical problems have been plaguing multiple drivers here tonight. And you think in the 6 car, no damage? I don't know. Let's go look at this. He's been caught up and involved in a couple of things here tonight. Not sure any of them have really been a problem for him, but he does look pretty clean, so I'll give him that as green flag flies once again, and Gimbel steps away. Oh, look at that 17 power through the corner, right into the outside wall, though. Here comes the dive into turn number 3, and the 17 not going to be close enough. Here comes Baker on the, oh boy, drivers coming together off of the corner exit. As the 17 trying to keep the car straight, and he's going to power around the outside is Baker. Big time fishtail off of the corner. And we've got another caution on the track. Looks like Tommy Schaefer involved in this one. And oh, we jinxed him. We jinxed him there. Thomas, we jinxed him. It's the good old broadcaster curse. Let's go see what happened with Montgomery. The number 6 Kelly's Blue Book machine caught up contact right there. Doesn't look to be significant. Oh, and we spoke too soon. Wasn't significant contact that started the incident. Significant enough at the end of it for the front bumper and splitter to come off of that. 6 of Matthew Montgomery running very well, very clean here tonight. And there you can see another modified in the field. Montgomery running well inside of the top 15. He's going to have a little bit of a rough go at it from here on out. Just a handful of laps remaining here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway. Caution 16 on the night, and that's going to leave Gimbel with a short run to the end of the night. And Thomas, don't take it to heart, man. It always happens. It's a famous broadcaster curse. You start talking about one driver too much, or giving a driver too much praise, and I can promise you something's gonna go wrong. It never fails here. That's why we gotta watch I typically watch trying to be too overly about one driver in the field, because it tends to cause some problems for him later on. And I don't know, man, that 81, he is strong. Baker is strong, especially on these restarts with less than 10 laps to go. Do you think we've seen our last caution flag fly here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway? I'm going to say no. I think we're going to have ourselves multiple attempts at a green-white checker. I think we're going to end up being into that second run of a green-white checker to decide who walks away with the first ever IVRL Pinkett Ford Cup Series dirt track win. I think he's going to... I just caught what you said, Thomas. Sorry. Mid-sentence, and it made me laugh. Start talking about the 81. I hear you, big man. Well, we'll see if it doesn't happen to Gimbel. I mean, he's been fast all night. He has went back to the back of the field outside of the top 15 at one point in time. He's back in the front. Will lead the field back to the green flag. But the man just to his outside for the restart, he's also done the same. He's also a heat race winner here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway. He's went back outside of the top 5. And he's going to restart outside of row number 1. So it's going to be a battle with the big boys when we drop the green flag once again. And we're going to have ourselves, I believe, just 7 laps to go to decide who walks away with the first checkered flag on a dirt track with the IVRL Pinkett Ford Cup Series here in season number 2. You're watching the Dirt Clash 125. all take, no give. Chevy Silverado pace truck ducks off and will fire off once again here from Bristol Motor Speedway. Going to take a quick look back off of that 26 of Baker as we nail the gas. Green flag flies once again. Baker struggling to get going. Bottom of the track will open up for Blaney. Going to hang it to the high side. Pushing the cushion, ripping the lip at the top. Goes Baker in trouble. We've got trouble behind your top two. Big time trouble. You can hear all of the cars beating and banging back there. Big time trouble here on the restart. And Chad Hitchcock, Charles Urich, Nicholas Pressey, Nick Cannon, Quentin Stewart, Wesley Jeanette, Nick Goebel, all caught up and involved in this one. Let's go check the replay from Cannon's point of view. On board with the 60 of Cannon as he makes his way off the corner exit. Oh, and there's the trouble up in front of him, and everybody going every which way. Contact behind, and right up in it. Nick Cannon does not make a way through it here. He's going to have to get on the gas just to try to get back up to the field. Big time trouble. Front clip all jacked up for that 60 of Cannon as he has fallen off of the lead lap. Nick Cannon listed back in the 15th position. First driver 1 lap down. And I believe this is going to be an unofficial green-white checkered, I believe, right here. We'll watch the lap count continue to drop and continue to fall here. We'll have to look at what it does here in the next lap or two to determine whether or not this is an official green-white checkered or an unofficial green-white checkered. Field coming back around turn number 4. Turn number 2, turn number 4. We were right. We've got 3 laps remaining. Pace car lights remain on. So this will be an official green-white checkered attempt here tonight. The first of 3. If we need all 3 green-white checkered attempts here from Bristol Motor Speedway. Who wants it? Who's going to grab the checkered flag here tonight in the first dirt track race of season number 2? You're watching race number 9 in the International Virtual Racing League Pink Kit Ford Cup Series. It's Bristol Dirt. It's the Dirt Clash 125. And there you can see it over there on that timing and scoring tower. It went from 2 back to 3. That means we're going to have an official green-white checkered here from Bristol Motor Speedway. The Dirt Clash has thrown a kink at a few of these drivers, but a handful of them maintaining good races all night long. We're going to fire things off once again as the Chevy Silverado pace truck ducks off. Here we go once again, race fans. Off of 4 back to the restart box, and green flag flies as Gimbal nails the loud pedal. And oh, caution. Immediately right back under caution. And it looks like field was not set. We're hearing word from race control. Field not set. You know, I think dirt on Watkins Glen. I think that JCR out there in the chat, I think that is that's one of the craziest ideas, but one of the most intriguing. What do you say we just take these things to Wild Horse Pass, huh? Just playing. They'd never make it. You'd have a blown engine by the time you made the first jump. I've heard you would. And just like that, green flag flies once again on our second green-white checkered attempt here from Bristol Motor Speedway. Gimbal gets off to a great start. Baker still right there, 17 of Jason Blaney looking to try to find a way to the top spot. He's going to slide it through 3 and 4, back up the corner exit. Here we go across the line, and checkered flag next time by. We've got 1 to go here tonight in the IVRL Pinkett Ford Cup Series. And just like that, that's gonna be all she wrote. Walking away with the checkered flag here. Coming to the line, and Jaden Kimball parks that 81 turn 3 machine in victory lane right here at Bristol Motor Speedway. All the dirt. How about the great recovery and run by Matthew Baker? Jason Blaney with a solid podium finish here tonight. Blaney will walk away from the track in third and up 12 positions from where he started tonight's race. So hats off to the great run by that 17 here tonight. Great run for a lot of drivers. We've seen a lot of drivers would recover from some trouble here tonight. A lot of drivers outside of your top 5 that had some great recoveries, as the 81 gives the fans in the stands, I don't want to say a smoke show, maybe a dust devil gonna happen here at Bristol Motor Speedway. And as he enjoys his post-race celebrations, we're going to step away from the track, get things set up and ready to go for post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back trackside as the engines have come to a stop and the fans begin to leave and file out of the last great Coliseum right here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Let's jump right into our interviews. Let's see if we can't grab a few words with the driver that walked away in the top spot. The driver that walked away, or I apologize, driver that walked away in that third position here tonight, walking away with the final spot in the podium. Let's see if we can't grab a quick word with that 17 of Jason Blaney. It's Dave in the booth, man. You got me?
Hey, Dave. How are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing, and how much dirt you got inside your visor?
Yeah, I'm crunching sand right now in my teeth right now. It was definitely a messy one, for sure.
Well, a driver from Jacksonville, Florida. There's some great dirt tracks down there in Florida. Did you happen to hit any in preparation for tonight's race? I know it's a little bit of a different dirt track here at Bristol with the concrete surface underneath it, but is there anything you did to prepare for tonight's race?
Honestly, man, I come from asphalt and asphalt only. This is the first time I've actually tried to competitively race in dirt, so I feel good about the outcome that I've had. Obviously, I had ups and downs in the race, but honestly, I just every day throughout the week ran a few practice sessions trying to feel comfortable. I think it was Wednesday right after our race last week at Martinsville. I was only hitting like 22s, and I was like, there's something wrong here. And fortunately, I was able to figure out a line, figure out the throttle, and kind of get the hang of it. So I'm happy with what I could get, especially because I have such lack of experience on dirt. But it's exciting for sure.
Absolutely. Well, for stepping out on dirt for the first time here tonight at the last great Coliseum covered in dirt, a job well done, my man. That's just a testament to your skills behind the wheel to be able to adapt the way that you did here tonight to the dirt racing surface. But we go from the short tracks to one of the biggest tracks next week. What's your thoughts moving into Talladega coming up next week?
That's the thing. Those are my track specialties. I mean, the plate tracks. I go to Daytona every year, trying to hit both of the races that the actual Cup Series hits. So, I understand. I have the knowledge of when to take a line, when not to take a line. So that's kind of stepping into more of my my expertise on what I feel like I can succeed at. But obviously, the way curveballs have been thrown at me this year, who knows? Maybe it's the ones I'm used to. May bring a different outcome. Hopefully it's good, but I feel more confident for sure moving next week than I did coming to the dirt race.
Well, Jason, again, my man, congratulations with the podium finish here tonight, walking away from the track in third, up 12 positions from where you qualified from, where you started tonight's race from. So job well done with that. But before we let you go, would you like to give any final shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to thank everybody at my team, Fueled Up Motorsports. We work super hard every week to be able to get our cars we need to be able to be competitive. And, the teamwork comes a long way with strategy. So big shout out to those guys. Clark Heating and Cooling. They do a lot of helpful stuff within sponsorships and support to allow these races to happen every week and us be a part of so many leagues. Swift Home Buyers, Aero Broadcast Network, Factory FX, Jerry Parker Graphics for making awesome paint schemes for us to be able to show each and every week to you guys on stream and also on the track to these other drivers. And then our buddies at Venue Radio for the support that they give us.
All right, my man. Well, again, congratulations on the podium here tonight. And we'll see if we can't talk to you again at one of your specialty tracks next week at Talladega.
Yeah, absolutely, Dave. Thank you for having me in the booth. And thank you for doing such a great job broadcasting every week.
All right, well, there you have it. Driver walking away third from the track here tonight, Jason Blaney. He openly admits dirt really not his cup of tea. Used to the tracks we're going to head to next week, but walking away in his debut on dirt with a podium spot. Not too shabby. The 17 of Blaney walks away third. That's going to move us right along in the list. Let's see if we can catch up with the driver that won heat race number 2. Let's see if we can't dial up and have a few words with the 26 of Matthew Baker. It's David the Booth. You got me?
Gotcha.
Hey, man. How you doing? How you feeling after walking away with the heat win, but then coming up just one position too short, man? Almost there. Is there anything you could have done different to grab that top spot?
I feel like the second to last restart, I had a good restart on the top. We had to delay that caution, so that messed me up for the next restart, but I think if we would have had like a 10-15 lap run there, I would have been able to run him down and at least put a slider on him and not try and pull a Briscoe, but at least get across his nose or something. But I'm happy with the P2 after going to the back and getting wrecked a couple times.
So try to pull the Baker, not the Briscoe. I hear you. I hear you. Well, man, you were fast all night long, Matthew. You really were. You were behind the 8 ball at one point. How'd you make your way from outside of the top 15 all the way back up towards the front?
I think when the track slicked off, it really showed who's either practiced or raced dirt, before and got in the sim racing dirt. But I was just able to roll the middle, avoid the carnage, and get around people when I could, and pull off the cleanest best I could on the outside.
Well, man, you had that thing dialed in and moving to the front. You were definitely one of the biggest contenders here tonight. Definitely one of the big hitters on dirt. I think if we venture back into the dirt tracks, you're going to be one of those biggest names to watch. Again, Matthew, congratulations on the second place here tonight. Before we let you go, though, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Yeah, just thanks to Coasting Thunder being on the cars, Chevy Camaro, and MBG Motorsports, and thank you to the family watching back home, and thanks for putting on the broadcast. Always do a good job, man.
Well, we appreciate the kind words. I know everybody else appreciates the kind words. And again, congratulations on the heat win. Walking away second here tonight from the last great Coliseum. Matthew, we'll hope to catch up with you later on throughout this season, maybe even next week at Talladega, maybe even one spot better. What do you think?
Oh man, I'm looking forward to it. I love Dega, I love Super Speedway racing. See if we can get MBG up to the front.
All right, my man. Well, until then, keep it safe and stay fast.
Thank you, man.
All right, there you have it. Matthew Baker walking away second. Says when the track slicked off, that's when it really mattered the most. That's when you could really make some moves on some of the drivers with a little bit less experience on the dirt and experience on the iRacing dirt tracks. Very tough to get around the track once it slicks up, and well, familiar with it. And Baker walks away second after snatching the heat race win. Heat race number 2 in his back pocket, and that's going to put us with one more to go. The driver in victory lane. We do appreciate him hanging out here waiting for his post-race interview. Walked away with heat race win number 3. Walked away with the checkered flag here tonight. Jaden, how you feeling after capturing the flag?
I'm feeling really good. We won Bristol, baby.
That's right. And you know what? You did it. And I said it a few times here tonight. I may be a little impartial on the paint scheme, but you parked it with turn 3 on it. Got a little bit of dirt on it, but still looks good in victory lane.
Nothing bad with getting a little dirty. Yeah, it's pretty awesome that I was able to come out here and put a victory on the scorecard for us tonight in this turn 3 car. I'm very happy about my 3rd win on the season. That's 3 more than I had last year. I've just found something out with this car that I couldn't find out in the Gen 6. So the car's been handling really great this season, and I'm not really a dirt guy. I mean, I race it occasionally, but the car was hooked up tonight, and there was a little bit of traffic, and we got in the wall a few times, but other than that, I mean, it was a blast out there.
Yeah, you had a little bit of trouble there at the or after stage number 2. I do believe it was. You were back outside of the top 10, back outside of the top 15, made your way back to the point. At one point in time, you passed 3 cars in almost one corner. Did you think you were going to be able to grab those 3 spots the way you did?
I did not, but I mean, just from the experience and putting laps down on dirt, I mean, it really comes into factor here a lot, because a lot of these guys just race asphalt. So coming here, they have to put in the practice time, and where I've put in a little bit more practice on the 360 and the 410 side. I mean, it definitely showed after the track kind of shelled out a little bit and it wore in. But other than that, I mean, the car was, I mean, I couldn't believe it how fast the car was on exit compared to some of these other guys. But I just had a blast tonight. I can't believe I won, first of all. And I really want to send a shout out over to Ryan Farrell as well. He was having some connection issues all night, and he's kind of a dirt ringer as well. And he was fast. It just sucked that his internet had gone out.
Yeah, well, Jaden, Ryan was one of those fast, heavy hitters here tonight. Unfortunately, connection issues kind of kept him kind of off of your back, so to speak. But nonetheless, man, walking away with the heat race win, walking away, as you said, with your third win on the season. As we get heading into Talladega next week, a little bit of an unknown there, crapshoot kind of deal. What's your thoughts on moving from the dirt into a plate race? And before we let you go, we'll hand you the mic and let you give your shout outs, thank yous, love yous as well.
Yeah, I got a win at Daytona earlier in the season opener, so that was a lot of fun racing with my teammates, and a lot of teamwork happened over there. But I just want to shout out the RHR boys for all the consistent work that we've been putting out throughout the season. In that first heat, or that third heat that we ran, that I was able to come up on top. I had all of them spotting for me, and they were just hyping me up, and it was a lot of fun. And big shout out to Randy over there as well for leading the team. He's really down to earth guy, and he's a really good guy, and he knows how to lead a team. Other than that, I just want to thank you guys for coming out here and doing what you do, and I'm happy to represent you guys on the car. We'll add another sticker to it next week, and yeah, just a shout out to Pinky Forward as well. Thank you.
All right, my man. Well, again, congratulations on your third win here tonight. Congratulations on the dirt win. And we'll look forward to catching up with you once again before this season's out. Jaden, congratulations. Enjoy this one.
I will for sure. Thanks, Dave.
All right, there you have it. Driver walking away with the top spot. He walked away with the top spot in his heat race, and he parks it in victory lane here tonight inside that 81 turn 3 machine. Jaden Gimbel captures the flag at Bristol. Well, race fans, that's pretty much going to do it. That's pretty much going to be it for us in the booth here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway. The Dirt Clash 125 has come to a close. And with the producers hitting those buttons in the background, you know those familiar sounds and tunes. That means it's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results. Walking away with his third checkered flag of the season, the 81 of Jaden Gimbel parks it in victory lane. Matthew Baker in the 26 comes home second, with Jason Blaney rounding out your podium drivers. 42 of John Freeman back in fourth. 12 of Randy Henshaw captures fifth, with John Tiller leaving the track here tonight in sixth. Seventh place belongs to the 29 of Tommy Schaefer. Nick Goebel in the 24 going to finish in eighth. Ninth place tonight, the 75 of Jaden Darling. And rounding out your top 10, the 76 of Charles Jurek. Matthew Montgomery with Nicholas Pressey back in 12th, and Nick Cannon walks away 13th. 14th tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway. Chad Hitchcock and his 22 machine, the 74 of Wesley Jeanette, finishes out the top 15 drivers. The 08 of Glenn Grimm with a little bit of trouble. The 8 driver finishes here in 16th. Brendan Key back in 17th. Maxwell Castro will walk away from the track back in the 18th position. 19th tonight from the Dirt Clash 125 is the 11 of Quentin Stewart. Ryan Farrell has some electrical problems and connection issues. 43 walks away in 20th. Nathan Lyon back in 21st. 22nd to Patrick Gaspar, with Billy Holcomb walking away 23rd. 24th tonight from the track. And final driver in your running order, the 13 of Thomas Carino. Big tip of the cap and shout out to our race control and admins here tonight. 7 of Tyler Gentry, Bradley Brandon, and Jason Ayerson filling out the duties just down the hall, keeping all of these drivers straight. And with that being said, that's it. That's all she wrote. If you haven't already, race fans, join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Show these drivers some love, and as always, drop them that thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash the bell over there on the right hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And well, we're gonna roll up the cords and head on out. Stay safe, Stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll see ya in turn 3.